This is Hollyoaks' bad boy, reality star, and probably the most outrageous ladies man I've ever seen. Please give it up, ladies and gents, for Danan! We are here.
How
brilliant.
are you, man?
Not bad. What we really want to know is, where did it all begin? How did it start?
It began when I was a kid, 9 years old, wanted to get into acting, did a few school plays and just thought to myself, you know what, I need to do some drama classes or whatever. So I joined this Sylvia Young night class on a Wednesday night, and one night when I was probably 9, 10 years old, one of the teachers came in and said, look, we're from the Sylvia Young school, and she said, is anyone here would like to do a bit of extra work on EastEnders?
Wow.
So I'm like 9, 10, I'm like, oh, EastEnders, yeah, I know that, like, you know, little Essex boy, and I said, yeah, and they said, yeah, you know, we'd love you to do it. And there I was the next week in Albert Square, holding Ethel's dog Willie, riding around on a bike round the square, and I just realised I was at home. And I swear to God, at 10 years old, I went up to the director and I went, if you ever need me again, please phone me and let me know and I'll come back. When I was 13, I got another little bit on EastEnders, just as a kind of walk-on part, a bit more of an extra. And I ended up playing like a clubber, where I dealt some ecstasy pills to someone.
Right.
And the club was called the Cobra Club back then, which was like a long time ago. Yeah. But EastEnders did have a Cobra Club, if you ever remember, which is now whatever club they have. I don't know what it's called now. No. It was amazing, and I remember at the end of the shot, you know, the dum 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 dum. Yeah. There was me just going in shot on the camera, and because they don't have time to kind of redo it, they left that shot in. So when it went on air, there was me like that, because I didn't know what I was doing at that age, you know. So, and then ever since then, I just realised that's what I want to do. I want to be on I want to be on TV sets, film sets. That's what I love. Then I auditioned to go to a drama school called Italia Conti.
Yes, just down the road actually from here.
At the Barbican, And Bob's your uncle, I got in.
Brilliant.
And then it was like, right, Dad, you need to pay £3,000 a term.
Wow.
Back then, that was probably cheap. Now it's probably about 10 grand.
Yeah, I reckon.
So he was like, really? Okay. And my other brother was at uni, so he had to pay for that. So it was a hell of a big ask. But he said,
a big thanks to the parents.
Massive thanks to the parents. So, but he said, look, Paul, if that's what you really want to do, we need to give you the opportunity. And because I got in, they were quite proud. They didn't think I'd probably get in.
Love it.
Because I had to audition and all that. And then I did 3 years there. So I trained in not just acting, singing, dancing, stage fighting, elocution.
Great.
Basically,
the whole lot.
Ballet, tap, jazz, modern, the lot.
Then after Italia Conti,
I ended up getting with Sylvia Young as my agent, which was the rival school, which was quite weird. And then in 6 months of being with Rossmore, who they're called Rossmore Personal Management, Sylvia Young's adult agency, they got me an audition for Hollyoaks.
Brilliant.
And I knew Hollyoaks was kind of this new, like 90210 kind of soap drama, the British version. Yeah. Suddenly my agent phones, Sylvia on the line, says, Paul, you'll go up to Liverpool tomorrow, you got an audition, a recall for Hollyoaks.
Wow.
Said, what do you mean a recall? This was months ago. She goes, yeah, you're down to the last 50 people. Wow. To play Soul. Got the train, went up there, and it was elimination all day long. People were going and coming and going and coming, and they kept saying to me, no, you stay. Next minute, there's like 5 of us left.
Wow.
And then who walks in? Phil Redmond. So he says, right, so you come in, you're late, you've just had trouble with the police, your mum's worried sick, your sister's crying her eyes out, action.
Wow.
Right, so we come in and whatever, suddenly I'm like, Mum, I'm really sorry. She slaps me around the face, right? Swear to God, this God's on this truth. Slaps me around the face. I start crying or something. She's crying, everyone's crying. Next day I wake up and my mum goes to me, Paul, Sylv's on the phone. I was like, oh God, here we go. She goes, right, pack your bags, move up to Liverpool. You got the part. I was lucky because I had like my agent here who set me up with people there. So, but like the people that don't have that found it very hard and were just going to every open audition possible. Yeah. Whereas for me, I was able to get private auditions and go up for good things. And you know, rejection was hard, and the American accent, I've got to admit, was very difficult because you couldn't just go in there and be English and then read in American. You had to go in there and be American from the start. So when you say hello, you're American.
Wow.
And for me, it was like, hi, how are you? Like, or whatever. And
is that your best American accent?
No, that's awful. I'm terrible at it. And so I'm like, hey, you know, and they're like, where are you from? And I'm like, LA, and they're like, really? And I'm like, no, actually, I'm English. And they're like, oh, okay. And, you know, it was difficult. It was tough for me because I'd like learnt the lines in American, but like for the initial kind of just general chit chat, it was hard to sustain pretending to be an American when you're being talked to by an American who just know that you're not American. You know, so it was tough.
Yeah.
Let's do a show on an island where there's 5 beautiful boys, 5 beautiful girls, and let's see whether they just end up making love. You know what I mean? So it was called Love Island, Celebrity Love Island, and my agent told me about it, and I thought, well, how much harm can it be? You know, like I went on 4 planes, and 2.5 days later I arrived in Fiji. I swear to God. Thank God it was business class. Yeah. So then, and thank God for Valium.
Yeah, definitely. That comes in handy.
So I literally woke up and was like, oh, I'm in Fiji. What day? 2 days later. And we jet skied to our villa, to our island. And we got there and we all just had to live together for 3 months.
Love it.
And it was amazing. It was like such a great experience.
Wow.
And I loved it. And, you know, I kind of fell in love a few times and I came 3rd, which was pretty good.
Yeah.
And even though I got chucked off the island for fighting and then got put back on because the public needed the Danan. And then when I came home, I swear to God, I'd never been more famous from a 3 or 2 month stint on TV compared to like 4 years on a soap. We went on this road trip, which was based on like a show called The Simple Life, which was a Paris Hilton show with Nicole Richie, which was kind of like where they go from place to place and have to earn their own money, earn their own living. So what we did was we went in a 1962 Caddy across America on Route 66. We started off in Texas and ended up in California and travelled through Arizona and New Mexico and all these other places to kind of earn our keep to pay for petrol, food, etc. Along the way. So we weren't allowed money, we weren't allowed phones, we weren't allowed anything. All we were given was a car that kept breaking down.
They don't make TV like this anymore.
And it was crazy.
Wicked.
It was brilliant. Yeah. So we did we cleaned swimming pools, we cleaned horses' cocks, we kind of cleaned bowling balls. We did everything just to earn $1 for a burger or for a bit of petrol. And we had a good time, but
and the producers didn't help you one way?
One bit.
Not one bit?
They couldn't even speak to us. They weren't allowed to.
Wow.
And we were like, give me back my phone, give me my money, like literally like begging them. And they were like, come on. ITV2 gave me my show where I had to travel around England, find people. Matchmake. But the great thing was I got to test drive the girl first.
Right.
So I took her out on a date before I set her up with my guy. So I had 10 guys, and I'd go and cast for girls all over England.
That's brilliant.
And I'd say, oh, that girl might be perfect for Rob or for Jim or for whoever. But let me just take her out first and see. And that's what happened.
Hey, I love that.
That was the show.
So in terms of test driving, how far did you go? That's under the plate sort of talk, that one. Right, okay, we got a couple of questions from a lot of fans.
Okay.
They've been tweeting in actually. Right, out of all the celebrities that you know, who would you snog, marry and avoid?
Oh, okay.
So who would you snog?
I would snog Eva Mendes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Who would you marry then?
Cameron Diaz.
Oh, Jesus. And who would you avoid?
I would avoid Kimberly Stewart.
Who is your favourite celebrity friend?
James Gandolfini.
What a legend.
I took him out in London on a weekend and to China Whites, and literally when we walked in, people parted the
How
way
did you get to
for
know
him to
him?
come through, because we had the same manager in Los
And that was
Angeles.
it?
My manager came over and said, I'm bringing Jim over and can you hook up a night out for us? And we did.
Have you ever considered singing?
Yeah, I was in a boy band. Not
Okay.
many people know this. Before I was in Hollyoaks, I was in a band called Escape, and I was the rapper of the boy band. And I had to give it up to go into Hollyoaks.
Do you remember the rap? I can join in.
No, I'm the only one. No, I can't.
I'm the only one.
No, I don't really remember it. No,
The
no.
one and only Paul Danan. Okay. Would you ever consider doing porn? Thanks, Ben.
Absolutely, I've been dying to do porn for years, but no one's asked me.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay. Now, there's a big thing going around at the moment. Apparently, we look like each other.
Yeah?
Apparently, this is what everybody's been tweeting. It's good to see we got the same body, haven't we?
Oh, amazing!
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
That was your pig hat. I borrowed that.
That's me!
Oh, that's you. So yeah,
Excellent.
If you feel that we look the same, then
Then let us know.
don't tweet us.
Yeah.
Right, Paul Danan, it's been a pleasure.
Mate, thank you so much.
Here
for
at
having
this
me.
gorgeous venue, the Loves Company. Thank you very much, ladies and gents,
For their
for being
beautiful
here. This is Johnny Pash and Paul signing out for another hashtag. I will see you next week.